Now, two words that have taken over our headlines for weeks: Russia and Ukraine. Paulo, this is something you and I have been talking about, this escalation between those two countries right there on their borderline.
And Sierra, right now the world is watching that conflict, and it has some saying that the situation there is only getting worse, despite Russia saying it's not going to start a war. However, it's military. They're beefing up there in that area. And as you can see, this is giving you a scope of Russia compared to the surrounding countries. Now, Ukraine, it's this little area over here, and that has a lot worried. Now, this isn't the first time that there's been a conflict between the two countries. You may remember in 2014, Russia invaded part of Ukraine's territory, the Crimea region. And you can see that Crimea region right over here in this area. And they put troops in there, took control of the area. And in that Crimean region, Russia, it has the upper hand because of its military action. Right now, that's the big worry. You've seen thousands of troops. They've been setting up all around the border of Ukraine. You can see that with these red dots. And here in red, that's the area they already control in the Crimean area. And this isn't just stopping with borders and setting up troops there. They have them covered on three sides of Ukraine. They also have warships right over here in the Black Sea setting up. So it has a lot of people worried. Right now, Sierra, all eyes are on that region and the conflict.
Paulo, I spoke about those heavy deployments of Russian forces with a professor at Texas A&M University. His name is Larry Napper. Napper spent 30 years of his career in foreign service representing the U.S. in European countries.
This is behavior that is really outside the scope of what we would consider to be normal or reasonable relations with a neighboring country.
It's really about power and control.
It's really about power and control. That's exactly right. If Russia decides to use those forces, they probably would get the initial, at least, upper hand in such a conflict.
Russia has around 150,000 troops positioned there along Ukraine's borders. Paulo just showed you. Here's how the two countries' military stack up. This graph is from the Council on Foreign Relations website. Ukraine is severely disadvantaged. Russian forces are much larger, better equipped, and capable. But do not underestimate Ukraine's size. It's a country of 40 million people who are ready to support their independence. President Biden is going to host a call between transatlantic leaders about continued efforts to restrain any violence and push for peace. Laura Podesta reports.
Vice President Kamala Harris is in Germany to meet with NATO leaders about the Russian threat to Ukraine.
They have not moved any of their troops out. They've moved more troops in.
On Thursday, the U.S. and its allies dismissed Moscow's claim that it was pulling its military back from the Ukrainian border. President Biden said an invasion appears imminent.
Every indication we have is they're prepared to go into Ukraine, attack Ukraine.
Secretary of State Antony Blinken pleaded for peace before the UN Security Council.
I am here today not to start a war, but to prevent one.
Blinken said Russia may use a so-called false flag operation as a pretext for an invasion.
This could be a violent event that Russia will blame on Ukraine, or an outrageous accusation that Russia will level against the Ukrainian government.
The Kremlin denied plans to attack Ukraine and accused the U.S. of fear-mongering. Last night, Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov accepted Secretary Blinken's offer to meet for talks next week. Laura Podesta, CBS News, New York.
Now, what's the impact on Texas? Russia and Ukraine play big roles with oil and gas exports, which means every Texan is seeing an impact right there at the gas pump. Right here in Corpus Christi, the price for a gallon of regular unleaded is up by 10 cents, and this is just in the past week. According to AAA, Russian-Ukrainian conflict or penalties against Russia could totally cut off oil supplies from that part of the world.
It's really hard to say how long this will have an impact. Some of the impact is already baked in because the price has already jumped on the news that Russia, there were concerns that Russia could pull crude oil out of the market if they were sanctioned.
And it's unclear how long we're going to have higher gas prices.
Now, AAA has some tips on how to save money on fuel costs. Make sure that your tires are properly inflated. Keep your vehicle in good mechanical condition. Avoid any sudden accelerations. That's known as jackrabbit starts. And use cruise control on the highway. Keep your air conditioner use to a minimum. I don't think that's going to be a problem today. And avoid any extended idling to warm up your vehicle.